Ohio, is it a lien or deed state? Part 2. As Paul Harvey likes to say, for those of you old enough to know that, here's the rest of the story. In this video, I'm going to show you how to eliminate the redemption period and own the property right away. Stick around, you're going to want that. I'm going to show you how you can get houses, I'm even embarrassed to say, $500, $500 and own it free and clear. Only in Ohio. Lastly, but not least, I'm going to show you how this is a year-round situation. Okay, so how you can get started for a little amount of money right away, eliminate the redemption period, and own it free and clear. Okay, some facts. Ohio, like I said in video number 1, is a dual state. So you can do the tax lien certificates, but you can also do tax deeds. So in other words, counties call, they can say, you know what, we're just going to sell the tax deed on the property. The great thing about it is all the different nuances in there. You've really got to read through how the county is going to hold the sale. And I'm kind of smiling on this because I was going to a tax deed sale in Ohio specifically. I was looking at these tax deeds. Opening bids were like $7,000 to, $13,000, $14,000. And so I was doing my research based on that. I get to the sale, an opening bid on every single property at the sale, $500, $500. I'm like, well, wait a second, what happened to 13? What happened to 12,000? Oh, this is a supplemental sale. We're just gonna sell them all. I have a rule for those of you that need to know that, watch my video on bidding, that you don't go over your max bid. Well, some of them I wasn't gonna bid on for whatever reason. I took them off my list, but that was at $15,000, not $500. A property goes up, it sells for $1,500. Another one goes up for $2,200. Another one goes up for $3,000. Another one for $50,000. I'm like going crazy on this. So understand what sale you're going to and you can profit big. Typically in Ohio, the opening bid, 2/3 of the property's value. It's a premium bidding, so it's gonna go up to that. And this is a sheriff's deed sale. Now this is something you need to be careful about. This goes not just for Ohio, but for a lot of tax deed sales out there. Cuidado, be careful, okay? You don't know what they're selling all the time. So at the sheriff's sale, they could be selling mortgage foreclosures. They could be selling HOA foreclosures. And it's not just Ohio. This goes with a lot of areas. Be very careful when you're doing anything when it comes to tax. Here's my full disclosure on that. You guys just don't go willy-nilly. Sean says I can buy a property for $500. I'm going to go buy one. This could be a foreclosure, so you're not in a superior position. There's all these other liens and encumbrances on, and sometimes you won't know the difference. This guy's doing a foreclosure, literally right next to each other. This guy's doing HOA, and this guy is the tax deed. Know where you're going and which one you're bidding on. The nice thing about Ohio, though, when you're buying these properties, and this is nothing against Ohio, is you're not going to have a lot of appreciation on properties. So I'm not buying a tax deed in Ohio because I want to, wait 5 years and it's going to triple in value. This is a great wealth building strategy. So I can buy the property, rent it out, and let that just thing pay me forever. They're just so Johnny on the spot as far as that's concerned. I can buy the property and sell it and flip it and make it all that money, but understand, those are two strategies. There's getting rich, okay? That means you're doing a deal all the time, and there's building wealth. Literally, those are two different things. See, if I'm buying properties and I'm selling them all the time, I gotta keep doing that. If I'm building wealth, I'm buying the property, get it in good condition, and I'm renting the property out. I still own the underlying asset, and I've got income coming in because of it. I'm gonna tell you something, and listen carefully. I've never sold a property that I did not regret 5 years later, anywhere in the country, okay? I did fine, but 5 years later, I'm like, man, I could have done a lot better had I done X, Y, and Z on the property. So again, there's two strategies in anything you're doing, whether it's Ohio, whether it's Kentucky, Florida, Texas, California. What are you trying to do? What's the investment objective? And I talk about this. What's investment objective is, what am I trying to do? Am I trying to build wealth? I got a student loan of $175,000 that I want to get out of. I mean, think about it. If you go to law school and you go through the LSATs, you're going to walk out of there with a trunk full of debt, unless you do tax deeds and pay it off in the first deal. Now you can do any kind of law that you want and have no debt. It doesn't matter how much money you're making. You can even do, oh, I don't know, civil rights law. It can make that happen because there's not a lot of money in that, but you're going to be fine. So you've got to look at this as what's my objective. I want to build some wealth and knock that out. I'm going to sell a bunch of properties. Once I'm done doing that, now I've got foundational. Let's start taking some properties. So let me give you a for instance. Okay, let's say we own $125,000 value properties. Yes, those of you on the East and West Coast, there are $125,000 properties that are in nice neighborhoods in places like Ohio. I buy those properties for $15,000 to $20,000. Let's say I'm getting $600 to $900 a month rent. Guess what? That's coming in over and over and over. And what if I only did 2 of those a year? Just 2 deals a year. Okay, so now I get, I don't know, $1,500 a month, minus out some expenses on that. Maybe got $900 to $800 a month. I've got $100 or $225,000 in properties valued at that. Do that over a 5-year period of time, and I've got over $1 million. One of the things that drives me nuts is when I watch these video trainings out there and they say, oh, we're going to show you how to do this and Lear jets and Bugattis and all that. Most Americans, believe it or not, don't want that. They want to know that they have their family safe, their family secure, and their financial situation, regardless of what happens in their workspace, is good for them. That's what tax liens and tax deeds are. That's what Ohio can provide from you. It is a fantastic place to get started. And one other thing, oh, I'm going to tell you, you're going to love this. What if you did all of this? Let's say you were 22 years old and somebody taught you how to set up a private retirement account, not these stupid IRAs, a private retirement account that's been around since 1974, and you were able to do every single one of these deals in there. And you owned all of these properties, just 2 a year, free and clear, that are paying into your, you have $5-6 million by the time you're in your mid-30s. Forget this 65. Now you can go out and, ride ponies on the beach or whatever your heart delights, drink Coronas in the sun and write poetry. It doesn't matter. There is a way in this country, no matter what your background is, to find financial stability in the simplest place area. And I find there's no better way than do it in tax liens and tax deeds. If you want to know more about this, I've bottled all of this up in some brand new training that I'm so excited. I know for a fact this is some of the best information I've ever put together. So if you want to learn more, I'm going to give it to you. I'm just going to give it to you. All you have to do is go to higginsmethod.com. higginsmethod.com, click the link, watch the video, and I'll see you at the top.